Why is Manedwolfy's fundraiser going to fail? Manedwolfy is a controversial furry influencer who is best known for the BLFC semen pizza party incident. On October 19, 2021, Manedwolfy proposed to Twitter a semen pizza party to be hosted at the hotel room at Biggest Little FurCon 2021. 5 days later, 19 male fursuiters ejaculated on a pizza, with Manedwolfy taking a bite out of it. They then shared it online through posts, photos, and videos, resulting in detractors and supporters among furries, congoers, and those online. The controversy centered around the announcement and intent of the party being made public, thus putting fandom in a negative light with the mainstream. Along with this, the pizza was seemingly left out in the hallway and could have been potentially eaten by unsuspecting congoers. Manedwolfy responded defensively, saying, "A lot of you are very upset. I will address your concerns in our PowerPoint." They also alleged that the pizza was properly disposed of. The pizza incident was brought up again in November 2021, when Midwest Fur Fest created color-coded accessibility badges for neurodivergent furries to be used at the convention. Immediately, certain furries started to make joke versions of these cards, and some of these being sexual and intended to be worn at the convention. The content of these badges prompted those to put notices against them. In response, many took their creations down, with some apologizing and even donating to autistic causes. On the other hand, Manedwolfy with the semen pizza party theme for their card and intending to wear it at MFF refused to take it down. There's also another more recent controversy involving misogyny and intimate relationships with an animal. The Starwind female at Wild Thing Riot stated in a tweet, "Manedwolfy is defending a person who has intimate relations with an animal, and y'all follow that." Manedwolfy responded with, "Say it in my face at BLFC, you battle axe," which has since been deleted. According to Merriam-Webster, a battle axe is defined as a usually older woman who is sharp-tongued, domineering, or combative. Right at the time was on their period, a natural menstrual style that happens to every female. Speaking of the pain and grievance they were going through, Manedwolfy responded to all this in a since deleted post with, "No wonder you're doing such a to be on my timeline." If you haven't figured it out by now, it's completely immature and disrespectful to make such a bash comment to someone who's going through such pain, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional. They put out a now deleted apology video stating,
"I want to apologize for what I said, and I'm not personally sexist or misogynistic in any way towards women. I have a lot of women friends in this fandom."
Claiming that you have friends of a particular class doesn't mean you don't discriminate against said class, whether it's race, gender, or sexuality. While it is good they apologized, it's a bit suspicious to think that it only did because they were announced by a large group of people and they haven't learned their lesson from the past two controversies. Along with this, at Slate Collie, a well-known don't hug cacti fursuiter, had intimate relations with an animal. On their now deleted private account, at Toast Coyote, they stated, "I don't think many intimate animal relationships are abusive." Manedwolfy then defended Slate, saying, "Slate had his DHC suit for years, way before anything came out about DHC. This is 100% true as he had the suit for 4+ years." Don't hug cacti has been controversy for allegations against their owner, Lucky Coyote, of emotional abuse, animal abuse / neglect, and intimate relationships with animals. This has led to people believing that anyone who has a DHC suit is themselves bad. While it isn't true for most, some are genuinely awful people. Manedwolfy is trying to argue that since Slate had her first suit before the allegations came out, they aren't a bad person, which is completely ridiculous given the amount of evidence arguing the opposite. This leads us to our most recent controversy. Made on April 23rd, 2022, their now deleted first post was titled, "Ejaculating for Cancer." They stated, "Join us as we ejaculate for cancer. We'll be raising money and donations for testicular cancer awareness through this charity, testicularcancersociety.org. At first, you see they're raising money for testicular cancer, and that is admirable. However, the way that's being done is extremely disrespectful for those who have testicular cancer, or any cancer for that matter. It's an illness that takes a severe toll on the patient that has it and can result in permanent disabilities for those who do survive it. It's simply insensitive and tone deaf." It's not all that bad though, as they later took down the post and apologized for it, or so it may seem. Telling the post, "It's never too late for change." Their apology starts off by saying that they never intended to offend anybody that experienced cancer, along with that the organizers had family members die from cancer and then sympathize with anyone experiencing such a tragedy. Due to the feedback from Twitter, they'll be changing the details of the party but will still keep the raffle and donate money for the cause. Despite this, it's revealed they never got permission from the charity to host the event in the first place. It could be arguing they're donating the money directly, but this is such an irresponsible step for any charity organizer to take, especially something as controversial as Manedwolfy. Despite all of this, looking at it in the forms of donating to charity is the wrong way of seeing it. In my opinion, this isn't about donating money to charity or even helping out for a good cause. Even if they did donate, which they did as of May 9th, this whole situation was created on purpose to gain as much attention through whatever means necessary, even if it meant offending many people and ruining the reputation. I even argue that Manedwolfy would be proud of me and others for making videos. Why? Well, all they're after is attention, no matter if it's good or bad. They're looking for whatever post will generate the most attention. convention. It doesn't even matter if they receive hate for it, because at the end of the day, that's what receives attention. If that's the case, why is the solution for a furry who can't seem to stop making inflammatory posts online to attract outrage on these platforms? There is one solution that could work, and that's a ban. But it's through the conventions or the platforms, the person should be banned, or at least punished from these places. This will force them to reconsider making these posts, or hopefully stop, or at least tone down them. It happened at the BLFC GSR building, although it's only for 6 months, and it's more of a slap on a wrist than anything. If it was for next year's convention though, it would have been a lot more effective. However, there was a time when the threat of a ban was enough to stop Manedwolfy from doing such actions, and that was at Midwest Fur Fest. On November 9, 2021, Manedwolfy put out a statement stating that they were having a birthday party at the convention. In another post, they stated, "I will not be doing another semen pizza party because of fears of being banned from MFF." This highlights the fact that Manedwolfy is aware that they can get banned if they take it too far, and will do everything in their power to stop it from happening. Midwest Fur Fest had a publicized incident back in 2019 where Milo Yiannopoulos, an extreme right-wing political commentator, was banned from the convention. Considering that Midwest Fur Fest is now afraid of banning people compared to biggest little FurCon or Furry Weekend Atlanta, it makes sense that Manedwolfy would try to keep themselves from being a target as well. If Twitter stepped in giving a warning, however, it would be a lot more powerful than the convention ever would. Unfortunately though, the posts don't meet the threshold of getting a ban, or even a warning on Twitter. If this keeps up though, which will likely happen if they continue to chase even more followers and influence, they'll likely reach a point where they make a post that crosses the line for Twitter, and ultimately get a warning. We've seen it happen with Logan Paul, a creator who's often compared to Manedwolfy. Logan Paul uploaded the infamous Japan Suicide Forest video, and ultimately learned a lesson, even if it wasn't YouTube that hooked down the video. Donald Trump also got banned from Twitter after the comments which resulted in the January 6th insurrection, after months of reckless tweets about the validity of the 2020 US election. Manedwolfy is likely heading in that direction, and I can only wish they realized to stop sooner rather than later. If you want to see this furry's previous controversy, check out what went wrong at Biggest Little FurCon 2021.